Oblivion Island, Haruka and the Magic Mirror, is a Japanese computer-animated fantasy adventure about a girl called Haruka, who ends up searching for a mirror in another world. This mirror is important to Haruka because it was a gift from her mother, who passed away when she was younger. In this other world, a malevolent baron rules the land and intends on using Haruka's mirror for his own evil plan of domination. Joined by a long-eared little guy called Teo and her old stuffed teddy, Cotton, Haruka travels through Oblivion Island, a place built from objects neglected by mankind. This is a fantastically colourful and imaginative film. The fantasy world of Oblivion Island is superbly visionary. It's full of vibrant shades of colours and everything is built from everyday objects. However, it's not just a visually impressive world, it's also a world that's full of unique things like flying ships, unusual food, a brand of currency, and even a theatre that showcases human memories. This film's setting is its strongest element, but it's also a movie with consistent themes. The themes of memories and neglect. The film's conclusive message is the lesson of learning to appreciate your deepest memories. It's a unique focus for a movie. Now, what about the characters? Well, Haruka herself is really likeable and fun. She's bubbly without being obnoxious. She's charismatic without being annoying. She's full of curiosity, but she's also sensitive to her unusual encounters. Like, she'll still freak out at the bizarre things she comes across, but once she accepts its existence, then she wants to look more into it, to explore it or examine it. She also has a clear goal, to find her mirror, but she isn't afraid to stop and admire the marvellous world around her. Her curiosity is actually her flaw. It's what leads her to commit reckless actions, and this helps distance her from being boring or perfect. Teo, one of Haruka's companions on her quest and a character that provides exposition on how Oblivion Island works, is actually a great supporting presence. Sure, he's whiny throughout most of the film, but there's a reason why he's like this. Humans are outlawed on Oblivion Island, so he's being forced into helping out with Haruka's quest, and this makes him vulnerable to the island's authorities. He's already had a hard time getting through the day, so no wonder he's pissed off half of the time. However, Teo is also a character with heart, and when he has no option but to betray Haruka, his conscience is plagued with guilt. Some brilliant scenes show the painful chaos that's crushing him deep inside, showing how sensitive he really is. This guilt is what develops him from being a whinging everyman into a courageous hero by the end of the film. Haruka is also joined by a cute sheep teddy called Cotton, who was a toy that she had neglected as a child and has been brought back to life thanks to magic. Cotton is not only adorable, but also has the awesome ability of kicking ass. It's pretty funny. He's perhaps the toughest protagonist in the film. At the same time, the animators give him a strong personality despite having to work with a character that has a mouth that doesn't move and buttons for eyes. It's an impressive skill to bring basic designs to eccentric life. The flamboyant Baron, who rules over Oblivion Island, is an excellent villain. He's so freaking scary. He comes across as cruel and violent, but he also has a lot of character to him that makes him fun in an awful way. The only downside is his motive, which is the overused scheme of domination. If he only had a more interesting reason for why he needs Haruka's mirror, it would give him far more depth. The animation is outstanding. Even the most subtle of movements are added to the dialogue-free moments. It's all fluid, full of personality, and conveys actions clearly. The film also opens up with a wonderfully unique-looking introduction that has a special and unusual style to it. The designs for the sets are strikingly interesting to look at, seeing as how everything is made from forgotten items found in the human world. It's like a set from The Borrowers, only at a larger scale. Some backgrounds seem to also be hand-drawn or at least cel-shaded. They actually work well with the CG characters without causing any distractions. Now, what about the voice acting? Well, I watched this film in its American dub format. The US soundtrack cast does a great job of delivering their lines, and everyone sounds clear. The only problem that I found with it was that some of the mouth syncing was a bit off. Sometimes the dialogue often doesn't seem to match the shapes of the mouths at some points. I found this difficult to watch at first, but once I got into the film itself, then I stopped noticing it. Now, the music score is good, but if I'm honest, I didn't really pay attention to it that much. It wasn't bad or anything, trust me, it just wasn't noticeable. It's a mix of sweet acoustic pieces and sweeping orchestral sequences. I have to admit that I actually found scenes of silence to be far more effective than any scenes with music. The silence gave scenes the chance to use Foley art to create this atmosphere, and I loved that. To conclude, Oblivion Island, Haruka and the Magic Mirror is full of amazing designs, stunning visuals, imaginative ideas, and fantastic uses of colour. My only problem with it would have to be that I really wanted to know more about these characters. I felt that there was some things that went unexplained or unexplored about the protagonists and antagonists. The Baron in particular was so much fun to watch that I really wanted the film to dive more into his backstory, and I wish that there was more depth to his motives as a villain. I give it 4 reflective stars out of 5.